Let's check it out. Order issued. Defendant's motion to correct abstract of judgment filed January 20th, 2025, reviewed and denied without a hearing. This I'm not familiar with, but the important stuff here, reviewed and denied without a hearing. Then it comes to this. The court have received defendant, Richard Allen, verified motion to correct errors filed January 20th, 2025. The state response to motion to correct error filed February 4th, and the defendant's verified motion to strike the state's response to motion to correct error filed February 14th, now denies defendant's Richard Allen verified motion to correct error and further denies the defendant's verified motion to strike the state's response to motion to correct error without hearing. Now, what was all of this about? Well, it is it's evidentiary issues. It is things that the state did, for instance, the white van. Remember that one? The white van that the prosecution claims, this shows that Richard Allen knew things only the real killer would know. And they made the claim in trial that that happened at 2:32 p.m. Was it 1:32 p.m.? No, at 32 minutes past the hour. They made that claim in court. Then, after the trial, we find out that there is video of the white van not being there at 32 past the hour. It was there at the absolute earliest, 45 minutes after the hour. Now you might say, well, 13 minutes. What does that matter? It matters because the prosecution knew all along that what they said to the jury was false. Absolutely false. And they did it anyway. So the defense wanted a correction of error, saying the prosecution knew this video showed what they said in court was not true. And Judge Gull denied it without a hearing. As she always does. She doesn't care because she's a disgrace for the profession. She's a disgrace for her law degree and her bar card. She's just a disgrace. It's hard to put up a defense against allegations when the judge, who is supposed to be an impartial gatekeeper, decides, no, this guy is guilty and I'm going to help the prosecution. So yeah, and this Can Read trial has similarities with that, the Can Read trial. Now, this is not the only one, only order. At the same time, this order happened. Defendant's motion to preserve specific evidence filed January 20th, 2025 is reviewed by the court. The defendant has cited no authority, either statutory or case law, that supports his motion. This, I believe, is false. The court will maintain the exhibits admitted into evidence in accordance with the trial and appellate rules. However, the court does not have the authority to, quote-unquote, order the state of Indiana, including the prosecutor's office and all law enforcement agencies, labs, or state, federal, and local bureaucracies that possess any of the following evidence to preserve said evidence and not destroy or lose said evidence. Here, Judge Gull shows me what an absolute twat she is. She has the authority to order preservation of evidence. That is what this after trial, the motion to correct errors, that is what it's for. It's well within her authority to make this order. Maybe not on federal level, but definitely on state level. So here, she lies because she doesn't care. Denied without a hearing. Denied without a hearing. And she notices everybody. Now this will be appealed. This will definitely be appealed. I assumed she would just let the 30 days run out, but she decided to do this instead, which might come back as everybody expected this to happen. So there's nothing new here. We already know that Judge Gull has no, she's just bad. Rotten. Absolutely rotten. And, but now they can appeal this decision. Sadly, meanwhile, without a decision, they can start destroying evidence. So what will happen? I don't know. We will probably find out soon, hopefully, how they will react to this. In my opinion, with Judge Gull, regardless of which faith you have, if you believe in Judgment Day or not, but I'm convinced that when Judge Gull meets whatever maker you believe in, she will get a soul. That will be her punishment for eternity. She will get a soul. And she will realize for eternity about her actions and the consequences of her actions. She will get a conscience. And that will haunt her for the rest of her time. So that will be her place in hell. Because as of now, I don't believe, if she has a soul, then she has suppressed it for power, for bad deeds, for the ability to put people in prison. She has suppressed her soul. So her punishment, I believe, will be she gets it back. All of it. And the consequences of it for eternity. Sadly, that means that a lot of people will be in prison because of her. Innocent people, people who shouldn't have been found guilty, people who shouldn't even have seen a trial, are in prison today because of her. And all of that will come back to haunt her. That is I'm convinced, almost, that is what awaits her. Let's see here. And all right, I will put out that as a separate video as well later on. Let's see here. They have a half hour left of their lunch. My apologies. I'm still waiting for ASAP the promised video from Kathy Russen, or from Law and Crime. Let's see here if she has posted anything. No. Dun, dun, dun.